What's up, everybody? For today's normal entertainment, there's going to be something a little bit different. I'm going to um, just commentate over a compilation of normal raid battles from the water event. And previously, like what I tried to do was I tried to basically capture what I was doing during these raid battles after the fact, but without me actually saying it. So I wouldn't actually speak to you like I am now. I'd like put text in or what have you. I figured why not just cut to the chase and say what it is that's happening. And I'm saying all of this over this particular raid because there was no real reason for doing this raid. It was just there. This actually, I think, was from the rock event, not from the water event. But Omanyte was also during the water and the rock event, so there was a little bit of a mishap on picking what raids to include and which ones to not include in this particular montage. Consider this more like a pre-game for the actual Kyogre montages I'm going to do. I do plan on commentating over those because some of those Kyogre raids are a little funny. There's one in particular that's just a pain to look at, and without me talking over it, it would just be really hard. But there's really a funny story behind that one, so I wanted to include that. So I'm just trying this out, ironing out the kinks for this particular format, so that way the later main attractions are going to be a little bit more polished. That's actually a 98% Omanyte, by the way. I did have to check, because I actually initially thought it was perfect, and then I saw it wasn't, and I suspected it was 98, but I didn't find it until later in the day. But that was right before a Mewtwo raid. That was a legendary egg right there. And then the next couple are like a bunch of Vaporeon raids that I was doing. I did do a couple of Vaporeon solos, but either my recording software glitched or I forgot to record them, so that's unfortunate. So the one here, this is actually at an EX eligible gym, that's why I did this particular Vaporeon raid. I've done several at that gym, and I finally got a pass for it. It's for Wednesday, which is probably tomorrow, in relation to when this video goes up. It's fun. When I first started soloing Tier 3s, Vaporeon was one of the Pokemon that I really wanted to prove that I could beat, especially because I really like Vaporeon. I still do. I just don't use it as often as I really would like to. Kyogre and Gyarados are actually just that much better. This was supposed to be a solo, but then my brother said he could not do Vaporeon on his own, and then another random person joined in, so it became a Vaporeon trio. I think there were 3 people in the lobby, but now that I'm looking at it, there's only 2 people in the battle. So whenever that last person backed out, that's their loss, because they were like the lowest level person in the lobby, I believe. Be soloed with level 30 Pokemon, and Machamp can be soloed with level 25 Pokemon, etc. But for me, like, soloing Tier 3s for the first time was really hard. And believe it or not, Gengar was actually a difficult Pokemon for me to solo. Harder than Machamp, because I had a lot of Alakazams. I didn't have a Mewtwo yet, but I had a lot of Alakazams, I had a lot of Espeons, and Gardevoir wasn't out yet, and I had a Lugia. So I was kind of a Lugia that's powered up. I had 2, but I only powered up 1. Like, I had all the counters ready for Machamp. Meanwhile, I had 1 Bite Crunch Tyranitar when Gengar came out as a raid boss. And that number only increased to 3, like, in February of this year. So long after Gengar rotated out and then rotated back in and rotated out again. And I think I soloed Gengar without needing to have a full team of maxed out Bite Crunch Tyranitar, but let me tell you, now that I have a team of 6 Bite Crunch Tyranitar and 3 of them are level 40, it's a lot easier, unless the Gengar is Focus Blast. But I have soloed Focus Blast Gengar now too. The only original Tier 3 raid boss I haven't soloed is Alakazam, because I was just never confident in my ability to do it. If/when Alakazam returns, I feel a lot more confident that I can do it now, so I'm going to try. Because I really think I can do it, being level 40 and with all these high-level counters and all. I think I should be able to do it. It's really hard, but I need to prove it to myself, you know. Also, yeah, I did Croconaw raids. I did every kind of raid, actually, during the water event. I think I did end up doing every single water Tier 3. No, I didn't. I never did a Marsh Stomp raid. I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I like Croconaw more than Marshtomp individually. I like Swampert more than Feraligatr, but you know what? It's not a contest between Feraligatr and Swampert. It's a contest between Croconaw and Marshtomp, and I like Croconaw more. Yep, that's my reasoning. I definitely don't like. Okay, full disclosure, I'm not a big enthusiast of Swampert's line, like Mudkip through Swampert. It's just really weird. I'm just kind of mad towards really water starters in general, I'll be honest. Although Blastoise is my favorite Kanto starter. I'm just kind of mad towards really every other water starter except Greninja and then Swampert, really. So, yeah. Croconaw's a weird story for me, because like, I just like doing the raids, and Croconaw's cool, design-wise. Oh, I think I vaguely remember the Starmie Raid. Me and Starmie have a long history when it comes to Starmie as a raid boss, because I remember the first time Starmie came out as a raid boss, I had pulled out all the stops for this Pokemon. I had TM'd my best Exeggutors to Bullet Seed Solar Beam. Frenzy Plant wasn't available at the time, obviously, but I had my best Solar Beam Venusaur. I had my Jolteons. I had my Raikou. I even maxed... Oh, my Sceptile was already maxed up, but I brought along my Fury Cutter Leaf Blade Sceptile for the ride, too. And this Pokemon, I have no idea. It was the hidden power hit way too hard on some of my Pokemon, and it was my Grass type, so I'm suspecting it had hidden power Ice or hidden power Bug. And then it had Hydro Pump, and it was so annoying. And I always timed out like 5 seconds early, 5 to 10 seconds early actually, and I would lose 5 to 10 seconds at the start of the raid battle for that specific Starmie. I failed on that thing like 6 or 7 times, and I never did beat it. And then right afterwards, during that time where Starmie was available, the first time as a raid boss, the very next Starmie raid, I cleared it with like 20 seconds left. It was really hard. I used the exact same team comp. Obviously, my team comp now is very different. In this raid, I'm using 6 Spike Punch Tyranitar. This would be my Alakazam team. This is also the team I use for Gengars. But back to the subject. That team did it, but it was also in clear weather. So I was like, yeah, I did it. I got revenge on Starmie, and I was so happy. But then I was also like deep down, I was like, but not really, because when I challenged it and I didn't have the weather on my side, it beat me, and it made me extremely salty. So this is kind of revenge. It's not the exact same team I used. I really should pull out that team, because I know with a good connection I could beat it. But I always find Starmie to be somewhat difficult, because my strategy often depends on hitting a lot and then taking a lot of damage and only dodging when absolutely necessary. That's not the most effective fighting style, especially in matchups like these, because Starmie just hits hard in general. And I think I lucked out here because the Starmie was packing Power Gem, and if it had Hydro Pump, I would have used something more along the lines of the original team I had planned out for Starmie. But while Starmie was available during the Water Festival 2.0, I never fought one that had Hydro Pump. I actually only fought Power Gem Starmie raids, and I did like 3 of them, and they all had Power Gem. So I never really did have that chance to pull out the original anti-Starmie team. It should have done fine versus Power Gem, but whatever. This one's really weird, and because I think I cut out a little bit. I'm watching the edited version of this, obviously. Because I cut out like about 30 seconds, and it's like you'll know what it is. The raid glitches out while I'm catching the Starmie, and I cut out having to restart the game, basically. But I also did a video about a Tyranitar raid where something similar happened, but it was the raid boss ran away from me when I had 3 balls left. It counted as a catch, and I've noticed this is like a glitch with catching Pokemon. Like if you just suddenly lose connection mid-catch, it'll come back, and the Pokemon will just run from you. And if it's a wild encounter, sometimes it actually did run from you, and you have to check your box and search by recent. And like if it didn't run for you, then it'll be in your box, which is really weird because it can run from you on the screen, but it'll count as a catch. And for raid bosses, like this actually happens. The Pokemon actually just runs away from you when you have, even if you have multiple Premier Balls left. And it's really weird because if you restart your game and you look in your box, it'll be there. And sometimes you don't even have to restart your game. It'll just be in your box. Like it was for the Tyranitar Raid video that I posted 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, but see here, like, you see the spinning Wheel of Doom up in the upper left. And then you see this, like, the water and psychic metals appear. So, there it is, I cut it out. But, when that happens, that's a different kind of visual glitch. That means you caught it, but then the menu prompt for, going to the Pokemon catch screen, it doesn't appear in anything, and for that one, you do have to restart your game. As you can see, I also have the completed, like, little raid banner on top of the gym where I did the raid. So that means, obviously, like, I caught it or it ran. I had multiple tries left, so it couldn't have run. Like, here it is. It was actually a terrible Starmie. But, just an example of, why I think raiding as a feature as a whole is still in beta. I think. They never said it wasn't. So I just assumed it is. But this is like, this is my evidence for saying, like, even if it isn't officially in beta, it really should be. Excuse me. But that's it. Like, comment, and subscribe, the usual deal, and hit that notification bell as well. For future content, I'm going to be uploading similar things like this later in the week, explicitly with Kyogre raids, and I'm going to try and catch up to the present. I'm going to have some Red Rise videos going up. I've had some issues with my recording software, but I think I've got it all worked out just in time for a full month of probably the most underwhelming raid boss since Suicune. Anyway, that's for those videos. I'm going to talk more about Kyogre videos. I'm going to talk more about Kyogre raids for the Kyogre montages. That's all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.